Our learning target for today is I can use visual models to add and subtract two fractions with the same units. So we are going to use our understanding of unit fractions and connect it to our understanding of addition and subtraction. We know that 5 subtracted by 4 is equal to 1. We're going to use that same thinking when subtracting and adding fractions. So I see that my denominator is 6. That means that's the total amount of pieces that I have. My denominators are the same, so I can subtract. I know that 5 minus 4, I'm looking at my pieces, so I'm only subtracting from the amount of pieces I have, which is the numerator. So I can subtract 5 minus 4 is 1, and my denominator stays the same because we're still working in sixths. So we're only subtracting from our numerator. Now I'm going to use that same thinking on my number line. I've got my 0 and my 1 whole. I've got my 1 half. I know that 3 sixths is equal to 1 half. 0 sixths is 0. 6 sixths is 1 whole. And now I can place 1 sixth and 2 sixths, 4 sixths, and 5 sixths. And now, just like I would do if I was working with whole numbers, I can locate my 5 sixths, and I need to count back 4. So we're going to go back 1, 2, 3, and 4, and my answer is still 1 sixth. So remembering that when we're subtracting and adding fractions, if our denominator is the same, we know we can do it, and we are only adding and subtracting our numerator. So I'm going to show us an example using addition. If we have 1 sixth plus 3 sixths, again, denominators 6, they're the same, and we're just adding our numerator. I know 1 plus 3 is 4, and I have 4 sixths. And I can show this on the number line, placing my benchmark numbers to start. Only 3 sixths because 3 is half of 6. Now that I've put every number in, I'm going to start at 1 sixth. I'm going to add 3. 1, 2, and 3. And I get the same answer. So we can use the number line to count the tick marks to add and subtract our parts, our numerator. We're going to try one more problem together. I'm going to show you one more, and then I'm going to have you try some on your own. And for this, we're going to use the number bond. We're going to do 10 sixths minus 2 sixths. So here we see that our numerator is larger than our denominator, meaning we have an improper fraction. And we have two choices. We could turn this into a proper fraction, into a mixed number, or we can subtract first and then turn it into a mixed number. So I'm going to start at 10 sixths minus 2 sixths. Again, denominator is in sixths. That means I can subtract. My denominator is going to stay the same when I subtract or add, like always. And I know that 10 minus 2 is equal to 8. So I have 8 sixths. But I still have an improper fraction. So I'm going to take my 8 sixths. I'm going to go to the next row down, and I'm going to break it apart. I know that 1 whole in sixths is 6 sixths. And so I need to figure out what the other part of this tree is going to be. So I'm still working in sixths. That's going to be my denominator. How many do I have left in my numerator? Well, I know that 6 plus 2 is equal to 8, so it must be 2 sixths. And I know that 6 sixths is equal to 1 whole, meaning 8 sixths is the equivalent or the same as 1 whole and 2 sixths. So today, you're going to be adding and subtracting fractions, and when you see a mixed number and your answer isn't mixed, if you see an improper fraction and your answer is still an improper fraction, we're going to take it and we're going to use a number tree or a number bond and turn it into a mixed number.